Morning, guys. I'm hoping I've got half an hour, maybe longer. Kids are asleep. Wife's asleep. I've got some Volkswagen restoration video playing in the background, which I like. Is my other love of restoring Volkswagens, air-cooled Volkswagens. Um, it's a bloody heat wave. It is hot. It is like I woke up around 5:45 in the morning. Did a bit of washing up. It's just ugh, like ugh. But I like to at least do one video before the kids wake up. I thought we did some interesting stuff yesterday. Um, I'm loving the brand new Defending Elvis. We're just sort of branching out to different little things. So let me just have a little look at yesterday's videos. I always like to have a look at wake up, have a little look how they've done. I've noticed we've got some more subscribers. Which welcome to the new subscribers. Thank you. So we've got the Lisa Marie and Nicolas Cage video. We've got the Vernon Presley talks about Elvis. Then we do a section about Elvis and Deborah Paget, his co-star in Love Me Tender. And then we did a dog walk, which was focused on Lisa Marie Presley. Yeah, and just discussing her relationships, her marriages, and her as a person. So, and looking at that, and the day before, we've got Elvis the Army Years, which we still need to do a part 2. Then there's a Ginger Oldham video. I'm just seeing this sort of how we've changed it since we've become Defending Elvis Presley, A New Beginning. I'm enjoying it, guys. There's one here with a few Donna Presley videos. It was a bit more serious before that. We did some serious stuff as well, but I'm leaning towards the more enjoyable stuff at the moment. No drama, just Elvis discussion. Serious topics. Obviously, talking about Lisa Marie's marriages and stuff is pretty serious. One of the things we did yesterday was, sorry, I got myself a cup of tea, guys. Cup of tea. Problem is no milk, so I had to use creamer, but actually it tastes all right. So one of the things we did yesterday, we were listening to some old interviews. And I was just scanning through YouTube, just looking at some old interviews, and this YouTube channel came up. And I have watched things from this YouTube channel before, so let me just tell you who it is. It's Elvis World, and it says Elvis Presley Audubon Drive Tour plus August the 7th, 1956 interview. That looks good to me. Sounds like fun to me. So we're going to listen to the interview, but I just thought we'd do a bit of just check a little bit of brief history of Audubon Drive. Yeah, so it's 1034 Audubon Drive. There's some nice pictures of Audubon Drive, Elvis there with his dad, and some other pictures. I don't know much about it. What I did learn was and I wonder if this is correct, but I think it is. When Elvis bought Gracelands, part of the deal was Audubon Drive. Did they move into it? The people that sold him Gracelands moved into that home? I'm not sure. Let's just read it. The house at 1034 Audubon Drive was the first home that Elvis bought for him and his parents, of course. Obviously, this was a big jump for them. Yeah. They'd spent their lives struggling financially, renting homes, apartments. I think we all know about Lauderdale Courts. So you know, buying Audubon Drive symbolised that Elvis had made it, you know, like, could you imagine how it felt for them? Yeah, a beautiful property. He bought the house in March 1956, right at the Heartbreak Hotel exploded, which was also a massive hit. He paid $29,500 for it. Let's have a look. According to this, it was a mortgage, and he put a deposit down. Is that right? Well, he put down a deposit. I'm not sure if there was a mortgage. I'll try and look that up. Maybe he bought it cash with the profits of Heartbreak Hotel. I'm not sure. The house itself was a modern ranch-style home, 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, a garage, screened porch. Elvis added a swimming pool, one of the largest swimming pools in the area, obviously in Memphis. Audubon Drive captures a moment in Elvis's life where his life transforms, yeah, because he's becoming a worldwide sensation. He's a phenomenon, let's face it, guys. During the Elvis lived there for 13 months, and during that period, everything changed for Elvis. Obviously, he had massive hits. He appeared on national TV. There was hysteria around the world for Elvis. He was being made movie offers. Obviously, Love Me Tender, which we discussed yesterday, Deborah Paget. There were crowds outside the house all the time. He was the most famous man in America, let's face it. So Audubon Drive was a normal residential home in a normal residential area, so that it was not a private home. So the fans would gather outside day and night. People screamed outside the windows, climbed onto the property. Photographers constantly appeared. Elvis eventually added fencing, trying to create some kind of protection. So I get it. You can imagine. He buys a house for mum and dad, and it's I can just imagine it. Probably quite exciting at first, yeah. So then you started having complaints from the neighbours. The police were not happy. Elvis and his mum and dad had no privacy, yeah. So in early 1957, Vernon and Gladys began looking for somewhere larger, more private, and more secluded. That search led to Graceland. There we go. Yeah, so come on. Maybe they underestimated just how famous Elvis had become. So it was the first owned family home that they owned. So it looks to me like he may have bought it outright. I'm trying to find the bit where it says that it was part of the deal. Yeah, there we are. Audubon Drive became part of the Graceland deal. The owners of Graceland took over Audubon property whilst Elvis took possession of Graceland. That's interesting. Interesting. Right, okay. Let's play the interview. I have heard this before, but it was a long time ago. Thank you to the YouTube channel, Elvis World. I'm going to make a coffee, come back and sit with you guys and listen to the interview. There's a few I want to play. Maybe we'll see if we can find some more video footage of Audubon Drive as well. Okay, got me coffee. It's a bit pathetic because it's made with powdered milk, but it does have butter in it. I have blended the butter. So, don't taste that bad. I've had worse. Right, gotta have your coffee in the morning, haven't you guys? Right, let's press play. here goes.
Presley and Elvis, I'm awfully glad to take this opportunity to talk with you a little bit.
Well, thank you very much, Bob. It's a pleasure, too. And is that your wife over in the corner?
That is my wife, Joanne, yes.
Woo!
So I wonder if I could just, if it says what, obviously it says 2002 that the footage was taken. Oh, it says no description. I just wondered if it would say who took the footage inside the property. It obviously, it looks like it's still being used. Let's go. Does anyone know any of the history, like just what basically happened to it?
Now, Joanne will be the envy of everybody at the platter party tonight. She has been wooed at by Elvis Presley, and I thank you, Elvis. I agree with you, incidentally. Sure I do. You know what, I was impressed, first of all, when I saw you? You're a taller boy than I had figured. How tall are you, incidentally?
Even 6 foot.
Are you? I had not pictured you as quite so tall. You, what sports have you indulged in, any, when you were in school?
Well,
So Elvis is 6'1", is that right? Am I right about that? Have I got that wrong?
I tried to play football and I never could make it, and I was very good at it. So I...
Gave it up for the git fiddle slinging, huh?
Yeah.
I don't blame you a miserable bit, not as well as you've done. What I would like to find out from you, I know that probably your tough problem on these tours is getting enough rest to do the...
So I'm looking at all the decor of the house. I'm guessing, could you rent it and stay there? It's very Elvis decor, isn't it? Elvis pictures. Did they keep it how it was when Elvis lived there?
job you do on the stage. How do you manage the confounded rest on these tours?
Well, I don't. In fact, I don't any of us get much rest. We just... and it's a lot worse when you do 2 or 3 shows a day, 3 and 4. We do 4 sometimes.
So you just have to catch it when you can, is that right?
That's right. And then usually when it's all...
Right, so there's the swimming pool that Elvis built. The biggest in Memphis at the time, in the neighborhood. Elvis, can imagine Elvis diving in there.
over with, there's a lot of people around, and you just don't get much rest at all.
So just between tours...
Was that Minnie May? Is that Dodger? I'm not sure who the other person is. I could be wrong.
You've got to climb in the sack somewhere and rest a little while. Is that the idea?
Yes, that's right. We average maybe 4 or 5 hours.
Well, let me look at that picture of Gladys. That's a young looking Gladys. Is that her? Let's have a look. Is that her, do you think, guys? I think it is.
Is that the idea?
Yes, that's right. We average maybe 4 or 5 hours a night.
Where do you call home now?
Memphis, Tennessee.
Memphis. Your parents up there now in the nice big house you bought them?
Yes, sir.
Good. I heard a lot about that, and it's a fine thing. Something else I heard about, too, at a piece of your property. I heard the bad luck you had with the Lincoln over in Tampa. Is that true? About in the garage?
Oh, that wasn't too bad. Some of the kids got my gas cap and some of my cigarette lighters, but that was the fault of the garage.
Somebody said they got in the
All right, I didn't know about this.
hubcaps, too. Is that not true?
No, that's
Am I so glad. I could just see you buying 4 hubcaps for a Lincoln. That would cost more than the car I drive, believe me. You pretty proud of... Go ahead.
I think the Continental hubcaps are $50 each. That's $200 for a set, you know.
Wow.
Do you know, I love Elvis's voice when he was young. Just love it.
What's this $350 hood ornament you were telling Ann Rowe of the St.
Yes, the ornament on the Lincoln Continental is $350 because it's white gold plated.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow. Listen, the one thing I did want to check with you on, I know you don't get a chance to keep up with things too much when you're on the tour. Did you know that Ed Sullivan was injured in an automobile accident the
Yes,
other
sir.
night?
I read that in the paper.
I didn't know that. Ed Sullivan was injured in an automobile accident.
It is. He is not going to be able to make his show until the 19th of August.
Is that right?
That's the first one he'll be able to make.
Yeah.
I thought you might be interested in that. And when are you due on the Sullivan Show again?
Well, my first one is September 9th.
9th, huh? Maybe have a new platter out for Victor by that time?
I doubt it.
You doubt it, really?
I shouldn't have, because I just had a release. See.
Oh, yes, and you've done pretty well with it, too. Over 1 million copies in something like 2 weeks for Hound Dog and Don't Be Cruel. Is that right? Yeah.
Wow. I think Don't Be Cruel isn't everyone's favorite. Elvis said it was his favorite yesterday.
3 gold platters you've got yourself now for Victor.
In fact, so did Gladys. Yeah.
I think it's a fine thing. 4. Excuse me. 4.
It's a lovely property.
Got one for Heartbreak Hotel,
Yeah.
one for Hound Dog, one for I Want You, I Need You, I Love You, and one for my album.
The album, too, has gone over $1 million. Yes, sir. No kidding. That's almost fantastic
No kidding. Of course it has.
in the record business, isn't it? Well, Elvis, there are a couple of other things. I saw in the paper night before last that Hal Wallace is thinking of starring you in a picture with Jerry Lewis. Had you heard that one?
Jerry Lewis.
With Jerry Lewis. Had you heard
No,
it? Really?
I hadn't.
Well, there's something for you to think
You know,
about.
Dean and Jerry broke up.
Yes, that's true. So,
I love Jerry Lewis. Yeah. Look at Dean and Jerry broke up. Obviously, we've all followed that story. I think. I love when I was a kid. I would watch Dean and Jerry. Loved it. Absolutely loved it. All the movies they made together. So that's an interesting idea. Elvis in a movie with Jerry Lewis. Yeah, that would have worked. What do you reckon, guys? Bit of a comedy.
I heard something about that, but I mean, I wouldn't. I don't think I'd.
what do you mean?
I don't know.
You don't think you and Jerry get along?
That's Dean Martin. Well, it's not that, but
Sure.
that's Dean Martin, and it'll always be Dean and Jerry, nothing else.
Well, I sort of agree with you on it. Speaking about partners and enemies and so forth, what's the Pat Boone situation with you? You know Pat.
Well, I know Pat very well. I didn't know anything about anything like that except when I read this radio, TV Mirror, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Well, they said Presley and Boone battled it out. Well, that's nothing. I mean, Pat Boone and I are very good friends.
And you're not fighting with Pat Boone at all?
Never. Pat's one of the nicest guys I ever met, and I'm sure I mean, I don't think he'd say anything bad about me, you know.
No, I think the only time you've crossed swords on songs is Tutti Frutti, isn't it? It's the only two that you've, the both of you have cut.
Both of us had a flop on it, so we didn't have anything to fight about, really.
Good. Okay. Well, we've,
So that's interesting. Let's see. This is the thing about being a celebrity. That the tabloids create drama, don't they?
we've had quite a time here with Elvis, and he's getting ready to take off, I know, and to finish that lunch, I guess, he had here.
Well, I didn't have enough. They didn't bring me but one sandwich, and that's just an appetizer.
Okay, I thought that was really good. I love that. I can see one at the top here. There's an Elvis interview, April 19th, 1960. And I do think I've heard this before. Oh, there's another one here. Let's have a look. 1 second. One second, guys. I'd like to play the 1960 interview, but there's another one with
Presley and
Audubon.
Elvis, I'm awfully glad to take this opportunity.
I just saw another one with Audubon Drive. 1 second.
Elvis, it goes without saying that
Yeah, it's
all of us here dance.
right. I'm going to play this one. I want to stick with the theme of Audubon Drive. Okay. Let's just go with it, guys. I obviously haven't seen this before. The YouTube channel is Aaron62. Aaron62. Let's press play.
Dance Party appreciate very much your taking time out today to come by and say hello to all of our friends that watch Dance Party, and also the people who are with us here on the floor today. And it's nice that you were able to spend these past few days at home. How is it that you've been at home for so many days in a row here?
Well, it's the first time I've been off in months. I've been on the road. I've been out on the West Coast and everything, and I decided I need a little rest.
A few days off, huh?
Yeah.
Well, you
So it's very similar, isn't it, guys? Let's play a bit more.
don't want to go too fast now.
And I'd like to say that I really enjoy it. I mean, I hear,
All right, so this is the tour. Okay, let's keep going. Let's go with it, guys.
all these people.
Well, we're certainly glad to have you here. Elvis, we want to ask you a few questions and shoot. Okay, here we go. Let's go back to the beginning, first of all, to your quick rise to fame. First of all, how old were you when you first remembered being attracted to music and singing? And, well, how old were you? How'd you get started? And when'd you get that first guitar? And where'd you get it? That's a lot of questions.
Let's start with the first question again.
All right, okay. So got some interesting questions coming up. Let's go with it.
Okay. How old were you when you first?
When I first started singing, well, I never sung in my life until I made my first record, you know.
Uh-huh.
I
Where'd you get that guitar?
got it in Mississippi. It cost $12, I think.
$12 guitar.
And it was a Gene Autry guitar.
Right. Should we play that again?
Guitar.
And it was a Gene Autry guitar.
Well,
Roy Rogers now.
what did you do with that first? Where'd you get that guitar?
I got it in Mississippi. It cost $12, I think.
$12 guitar.
And it was a Gene Autry guitar.
Interesting.
Well,
Roy Rogers now.
what did you do with that first guitar? What happened to it?
Well, I had some uncles that picked the guitar a little bit, and I sat down and watched them all the time. And I just picked it up, watched them, but I mean, I never thought I would make anything doing it, you know. And you know, and
well, now, when you were graduated from Humes High School, did you expect to pursue singing and?
I didn't even expect to get out of Humes High School.
That takes care of that question. Very well answered.
No, I tell you, I never even thought of singing as a career.
Mm-hmm.
So, guys, put it in the comments. Where was that recorded? This interview? What year was it? I'm guessing it's 56, but you tell me, guys.
In fact, I was ashamed to sing in front of anybody, except my mother and daddy.
Then all of a sudden you started singing in front of people, and
all of a sudden
So he was afraid to sing in front of anyone.
one day I just got a sudden urge to go in this recording studio, which was Mr. Sam Phillips' Memphis recording service, and he told me.
So remember, Memphis Recording Service. Yeah, people always remember it. Sun Studios, Memphis Recording Service.
That he might call me sometime, you know.
And he called you.
So he called me. It was a year and a half later. I was an old man with it.
So I've got a brilliant book that Sean from Sundowners got me that tells the whole story of Sun Studios. We're going to go through that one day.
Elvis, regarding your hobbies and so forth, will you consider cars or sports cars an interest or hobby? You don't have any cars?
No,
Well, I heard opposite from
my
that.
dad has got Presleys used car lot or whatever. No,
Isn't there some truth to that? Didn't Vernon do a bit of a car lot? Did he or not? You put it in the comments, guys. I'm sure I heard that story somewhere. 1 second. No, sorry, I've just topped up my coffee. But according to this, Vernon Presley was involved in a used car dealership in Memphis. It's one of those lesser-known Presley family stories. The business was reportedly called Hayes and Presley Motor Company, sometimes referred to as Presley Motors. And Vernon went into partnership with a local car dealer named Doc Hayes during the mid to late 60s. Elvis helped finance or support the venture for his father. Vernon had always liked the idea of business ownership and security after the family's very poor early years. Yeah, I get that. I felt the same way. As soon as I could get a few quid together, I wanted to get into business. Yeah. There's something very exhilarating and exciting about being in business. I can't explain it, especially when you've had nothing, when you've literally grown up with nothing, which is where I was, and me and my twin brother. The thought of having an income, creating a business, very appealing. I really do believe that when you don't have money, that is the number one motivator. If someone said to me, what motivated you the most? Because I got into business when I was around 19, 20, I would say it was not having money. So the desire to pay the bills, to buy a home, to buy food, to buy clothes, roof over your head, have nice things, have a car, yeah, be able to go out, on the weekend with your friends. That was because when you've literally got nothing, there's only one way to go, up. So anyway, but with Vernon it's different, yeah. So he's fulfilling a desire to be in business. It's pretty obvious Elvis helped him. Vernon had always liked the idea of being in business. It gave security for the family, and come on, Vernon was old school. He would have wanted security for the family, He doesn't know that Elvis's career is going to last his whole life. Come on. Singers, actors, you know, here today, gone tomorrow. Yeah. They could be very popular for a couple of years and just disappear. So I can imagine Vernon being quite insecure, wanting security. I get it. So Vernon had always liked the idea of business ownership, security after the family were very poor. You know, come on, guys. They were really poor. Yeah. They really struggled in Mississippi, Tupelo. Moving to many different homes. He had this horrible thing with Vernon going to jail. That we'll do a whole program on that, discussing that as well. The dealership mainly sold used cars in Memphis. It does not appear to have lasted very long. Vernon himself was never really known as a car salesman. Yeah. By the 1960s, his main role was handling a lot of Elvis's personal affairs, finances, payroll, family matters. Elvis loved cars so much that helping Vernon open a car lot actually fits with the Presley story quite well because he loved cars. Elvis was constantly buying cars. I find that fascinating. I wonder if we can find pictures of it. Can you find pictures of this Presley car lot? Oh, really interesting. I'd heard about it. Let's have a look. Well, there is a picture here. I don't think it's... No, this is his driveway. Come on, Elvis loved cars. I think most men do, don't they? Yeah, there's no pictures of a drive lot. Brilliant picture of Elvis. Elvis reportedly helped open a dealership around 1965 as a favor to Doc Hayes, partly to give Vernon his own business. Okay, so who is Doc Hayes? Who is Doc Hayes? I'm going to post that picture that's just come up as well on Facebook. Right, let's have a look. Let's learn about Doc Hayes as well, guys. Remember, we're learning together, me and Team Elvis. I just posted that picture on our... Remember, we have a Defending Elvis Presley Facebook page. Oh, that coffee's actually quite nice. Let's find out who Doc Hayes is. Doc Hayes was a Memphis used car salesman named Naaman E. Hayes. So I wonder why they called him Doc. Usually referred to as Doc. He appears to have been a long-time local car dealer in Memphis before partnering with Vernon in the 1960s. Okay, so Elvis reportedly helped finance the dealership, both as a favour to Doc Hayes and as a business opportunity for Vernon. The dealership was called Hayes and Presley Motor Company and was located at 2478 Lamar Avenue, Memphis. According to the article, Doc mainly handled actual running of the lot and sales side, whilst Vernon sourced and prepared cars. So Vernon actually found the cars and prepared them. Elvis himself reportedly visited the lot quite often and even borrowed station wagons from there for football games. This is fascinating. There's actually very little publicly known stuff about Doc Hayes outside the Presley connection. He was part of Elvis's inner circle. Let's have a look. He was a trusted Memphis local businessman. No pictures though. It says here, the article states that Doc Hayes continued selling cars in Memphis into the 1970s and died in 1988 at the age of 74. Fascinating. There's a thing here. All right, I've just found something. All right, Matthew at Hillbilly Cat has done a program on it. I'm going to forward that. I'll put that on Facebook. Copy. Matthew. We love Matthew. Matthew at Hillbilly Cat, okay? I'm going to put Matthew's post on there. Okay, that's interesting. Just so you can read it, guys. I'll one second. I'm just posting it so you guys can read it. Please go to our Defending Elvis Facebook page. It's fantastic. I love it. I'm very proud of it. So I've just posted the link to Matthew's. Let's have a little look at Matthew's. Wonder if we can get it up. Elvis Presley's secret car lot, the Hayes Presley Motor Museum. So it looks like Matt did this on May the 21st, 2025. So exactly 1 month after his 30th birthday, Elvis Presley, a man who owned a fleet of vehicles, bought an automobile dealership in Memphis, Tennessee, and began selling used cars. On February the 8th, 1965, Elvis financed the opening of the Hayes and Presley Motor Company, a present for his father, Vernon, and a favor to Doc Hayes, a Memphis career car salesperson for previous 14 years. So he's obviously into that, isn't he? Yeah. Doc tended the car lot, most of the sales, Vernon acquiring inventory and servicing the vehicles to make them ready for sale. Vernon worked on many of these cars in the paved area at Gracelands near his office. When the vehicles were sale worthy, Vernon or an employee would drive them to the lot and place them in Doc's care. Interesting. It was located at 2478 Lamar Avenue, about 15 minutes drive from Graceland. Elvis visited the lot often and enjoyed the company of 51-year-old Naaman E. Right. So he was 51 at the time. Naaman E. Wonder why they called him Doc. Hayes, his wife Maudie, Elvis's mother Gladys and Maudie were similar in at least one respect, in that while they were alive, no one really knew how old they were. On the day of the Hayes and Presley Motor Company opened, most people believe Maudie was 41, but census recorded now available indicates she was really 48. Okay, let's have a look. Elvis loved to play football sometimes. He needed a vehicle to transport his team and would use the station wagon from Vernon's car lot during these football games. Elvis often wore a white sweatshirt with embroidered initials EP, identical to the sweatshirt he was wearing when he broke his finger during a touch football game at Gracelands on October 16th, 1960. Okay. What's this here? So Elvis, when he came back, Elvis personally gave the shirt to me. So what's this? Elvis borrowed a station wagon from the car lot to pick up his football mates. When he returned the wagon to the car lot, the shirt was left in the wagon. So there was a shirt left in the wagon. Is that? So I'm a bit confused by that bit. So, there's an article here. There's there's a small article here. Newspaper article. Have a look. Let's see if we can read it. I'll post it on the Facebook as well. It says, let's just get it up. says Elvis's father is part in a used company. Vernon Presley, Elvis Presley, has opened a used automobile, and then it mentions the address to 2597 Lamar. It marks the first time Mr. Presley has ventured into a private business for himself. The automobile company is known as Naaman E. Doc Hayes and Presley Motor Company. Hayes has been in the automobile business for 14 years. That's interesting. I'll post that, guys. Okay, I've just posted that. That's interesting. I love learning these little facts, actually. Right, let's just go back to the article. So Doc continued to sell cars at least through December to 1974. So there's a vehicle here being advertised. A 1972 Plymouth Fury. Doc passed away at the age of 74 on the 1st of February in 1988 in Memphis, Tennessee, and was buried at Mount Olivet Cemetery in Mackenzie, Tennessee, the last surviving partner of Hayes and Presley Motor Company, where Elvis Presley made his father's dream come true and borrowed a station wagon. Maudie, his wife, passed away February 9th in 2003 in Mississippi. Let's have a look. Yeah, please subscribe to Hillbilly Cat, guys. Wow, that was interesting. Wasn't expecting that. And fascinating. Right, let's see if we've got enough time to play this. This is brilliant.
How many cars do you have, by the way? I got 4 and a Messerschmitt and a motorcycle.
What kind of cars are included in the 4 cars?
All Lincolns.
He said that for the benefit of Jerry Phillips. But actually they're what?
They're, man, I don't want to say anything.
Okay. Now,
I tell you, the reason I bought those cars, that maybe someday I'll go broke and sell one of them, you know.
so I may have a little extra money on hand.
Yeah.
You have experienced a phenomenal rise to popularity, Elvis, in the course of a few months' time. How did you first feel when your records first started to be accepted by the people and bought by the public? Didn't you have a sort of a sensation?
Well, I tell you, Wink, it all happened so fast, and so I didn't even have time to think about it. Everything just
like that,
you know, and it just kept going.
It happened so fast. Let's listen to that bit again, guys.
Well, I tell you, Wink, it all happened so fast, and so I didn't even have time to think about it.
So he's talking to Wink Martindale. We love Wink Martindale, don't we? Yeah, we'll actually do a show about Wink. He only passed away. Was it last year? Was it?
Everything just
like that,
you know, and it just kept going, and it's still doing that way, and I can't even think about it. In fact, I don't even like to wake up in the mornings. I'm afraid I might wake up.
But it might be all over.
I'm afraid I might be back driving a truck.
So it's funny that he says that. I don't like to wake up, so I'm afraid. You know, Elvis loved being Elvis. He also couldn't believe fame he was getting. Afraid he would wake up and it'll all be gone. You know, let's listen to that again.
Going and it's still doing that way, and I can't even think about it. In fact, I don't even like to wake up in the mornings. I'm afraid I might wake up.
But it might be all over.
I'm afraid I might be back driving a truck.
Some people have said they don't like the way you jump around, move when you sing, Elvis. Now, does this help you? Or
You know, Elvis had to face this, didn't he? As soon as he becomes famous, there's this anti-Elvis thing happening with the older generation, the parents. Elvis was allegedly a bad influence on the teenagers, but come on, guys, he changed the world. Yeah, imagine discovering Elvis as a teenager in the 1950s. Whoa! I discovered Elvis in the 70s, but you imagine being there when it's all happening. He literally changed the world. Right? You took one look at him and everything changed. It wasn't just the voice. It was so much more. The way he moved, the look in his eyes, the way he smiled, just his charisma, his charm. It just oozed out of the TV, didn't it, guys? And from his records.
Is it an unconscious motion which sort of goes with the mood of the song? Is that a hard question to answer?
Well, I tell you, I'm not doing it on purpose. I mean, I'm aware of everything I do at all times, but it's just the way I feel. I mean, if I were, I can just.
That makes sense, doesn't it, guys? Even now, if I put on a good song, it just makes you do that, doesn't it? It makes you move. It takes you over. Elvis was like that when he was performing.
Picture somebody singing a rock and roll song standing real still. I mean, I actually.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Elvis is going to stand still while he sings, Come on. It's ridiculous, isn't it?
I'd go nuts standing there,
Mm-hmm.
And yeah.
And people everywhere say, well, I know, and you've heard it too, more than likely. All this type of thing is just a craze and a fad, and like other fads and personalities in the past, Presley and rock and roll music will depart in due time.
Well, isn't it naturally for a celebrity, natural for a celebrity, a singer, a movie star, whoever you are in entertainment, to think it could all end like that? I think, and Elvis was quite insecure, wasn't he? So let's see how he answers it.
What's your feeling about this along this line?
Well, I'm inclined to agree with him. I mean, people change. I mean, sometimes they like you, and then again, later on they don't.
Oh, yeah, sure. Tell me about it. Guys, I have to relate to that. Sorry, it's a YouTube thing, yeah. I'm not comparing myself to Elvis, but yeah. I'm going to play that again because it's so true about what we've been through on defending Elvis. Let's press play.
This along this line.
Well, I'm inclined to agree with him. I mean, people change. I mean, sometimes they like you, and then again, later on they don't.
Mm-hmm.
And the rock and roll is real hot right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I like it. It's very good. It has a feeling, and people enjoy it. People enjoy dancing to it. And there's some very beautiful records made in rock and roll style, stuff like The Magic Touch, The Great Pretender, and stuff like that. I mean, they just don't make any prettier songs than that.
Do you hear that? The Great Pretender. Oh, this is actually quite funny. Right, I've only got a minute left, guys. Got to go.
Beautiful records made in rock and roll style, stuff like The Magic Touch, The Great Pretender, and stuff like that. I mean, they just don't make any prettier songs than that.
Well, now, speaking of records, Heartbreak Hotel sold over 1 million copies. Undoubtedly, that was a pretty thrilling experience to be presented by the
Okay, guys, just 1 minute left. I'm going to let it play out.
RCA Victor record people with a gold copy for you to keep for the rest of your life. Now, actually, didn't you like the other side better than Heartbreak Hotel?
I like I Was the One, but I like the royalty checks better on Heartbreak Hotel.
Well, which record, in your opinion, of all the ones you've recorded, do you like the best?
I Was the One.
Now, that's a good question. Which record did you like the best? Is it Don't Be Cruel? Has Don't Be Cruel been released yet?
I Was the One.
Yeah.
And that was on the other side of Heartbreak Hotel, and we could say that both of them helped to sell 1 million copies. Well, how's that?
I don't think Don't Be Cruel has come out yet. Has it or not?
Things looking regarding your latest releases?
My latest record, I Want You, I Need You, I Love You, has sold almost 1 million. It's only been out 15 days.
Mm-hmm.
Sold right close to 800,000.
Pretty fast work, isn't it, people, huh?
Wow, that's amazing.
Elvis, you've made many personal appearances, you've played many one-nighters, and you've appeared on several big-time television shows, and you've sang. And which do you get the biggest kick out of? Which do you enjoy the most? Do you like the live personal appearances or television better?
I like live personal appearances better.
Any particular reason?
Well, I enjoy it. I mean, on television you're limited, you know. I mean, you can only do so much, and there's so many rehearsals.
You rehearse and you rehearse and you rehearse some more, don't you?
By doing only so much, I mean that, you want to do a couple of songs,
Yeah.
and by the time you get warmed up, well, they're dragging you off.
That's it. Well, of the cities
Little Billy Smith there.
and towns you've visited in the past few months, you've met lots of people, you signed lots of autographs, and I understand you've lost several shirts in the process.
Well, there's been some pretty wild stories.
All right, yes, it's showing some footage of them building the swimming pool, yeah?
It's like the one of Kansas City where my drummer was thrown in the orchestra pit. There wasn't even an orchestra pit there. What it was a barn. Well, actually, it was. It was more or less a great big barn we were playing in. And they overran the police. I think there were about 6 policemen around the state.
Okay, guys, that's it. I thought that was brilliant. I really enjoyed that. I hope you did as well. Thanks for joining me this morning. I'm going to walk to the petrol station and get some milk. So, guys, brilliant. It's really interesting learning together, me and Team Elvis. Please subscribe, please like, usual stuff. Welcome to the new members. Thank you for anyone that was super thank you. That's very kind of you. And I hope you enjoy this program. Defending Elvis Presley, A New Beginning. Team Elvis, you rock.